How long have you been here in Italy?
Okay, I've been here since 2012, and that should be 11 years.
11 years.
Yes, I've been here since 2012. I came in 2012 July. So that's 11 years. I'm here for 11 years.
Anybody that have interviewed thus far, always that happens to be the person that transferred from another country to Italy, I've always asked them this question. Maybe those that are watching my video, it might become rhetorical to them, but I think it is very, very important, because any stranger or anybody that you meet in the streets of Italy that is of a foreign background has a particular day, time, year in which they transfer down here, and I think it's part of their story. It will be important that we share it as well. Have you always lived in Italy, or did you attempt going to another country, another European country to live? If so, how was the experience?
Okay, I've always lived here in Italy. I've always lived here since the day I came into Italy.
Okay.
I've been living here in Italy. Even though there was a time I wanted to relocate to Germany. I wanted to relocate to Germany because I was of the opinion then that Germany had better, opportunities than Italy. That was my imagination then, my belief system then. Maybe because I was young in the country. So, and the stories we do here, there were lots of people around me then that were like, why don't you go to Germany? Why don't you go to Germany? It's far better. I actually went to Germany because I have uncles that lived there.
Okay.
When I got there, I saw that life with them was, good. So I wanted to, live with them there. But I did not want to do it illegally. I didn't just want to go there and start running up and down for document. In Europe, you must make sure that your document is intact in order for you to live freely.
Yes.
So I did not want to get into Germany illegally. So I wanted to do it the right way. I had my Italian documents. So when I got to Germany, I told my uncle of my intention, and he told me, he said, okay, we are going to go to the home office and ask if your documents would be eligible, for you to live in Germany. So we went, and by the time we got there, they told us and they said that with the duration of my document, I will not be allowed legally to live in Germany. I can only, visit the country to go, but to live legally with the kind of document I had then, it will not be possible. So I requested and I asked, what kind of document would be, required for me to live legally in Germany? They told me I need to spend 5 years in Italy first and then acquire what is known to be unbefristet in the German language, which is a permanent residency in Italy. I need that one. By the time I get that one, then I can come over and then live.
Be able to live in Germany permanently.
So when I heard that, I said okay. And when I came back, I had a routine. I said, okay, do I need to now wait for 5 years and go and start afresh again? And living in Germany, you need to go through the system. Going through the system is at least you need to integrate, you need to learn the language. So I said, no, it will not be nice for me. I've already invested some years, and adding the 5 years that I need for me to legally live in Germany, I may have been able to, get to a level here in Italy that will not necessarily necessitate that I live. So what I did was I just started working on myself. I got serious with my academics. I got serious with my when I got here, one of the reasons was that I needed to go to school. I needed to complete my education and all that. So I got serious with my academics. I got serious with, my job. I just got serious with life here in Italy. So by the time I got the document that was required for me to, relocate to Germany and live legally, that desire was no longer there. I remember when I traveled back home, I think it was in 2018, I was discussing with my aunt and she asked me, I said, you wanted to go to Germany that time? I said, yes, I wanted to go. He said, I'll go now. I said, no, auntie, I don't want to.
The need is no longer there.
I don't feel like going. He He said, but you were saying it that time. I said, that was there.
Then.
The guy back.
Unbelievable.
So the need was no longer there. So, like you rightly asked, I've been here in Italy all my life. What I do is during holiday periods, I spend time, maybe if I'm not in Nigeria for the holidays, I spend time going to Germany, going to several places within the European space, and then come back here in Italy because I see the country Italy as my home, so, and it has been like that since then.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable in the sense that, just like you rightly said, oftentimes when people arrive newly, they have the notion that most of the time going into this Nordic country, they believe that they will have better opportunities.
Yes.
Anyway, we can't say they are completely wrong. It might be based on the information that they have. Like you rightly said, it might be based on their priorities as well. Because listening to you, you have rightly, the need in fact was there at the beginning.
Exactly.
But along the line, having solidified your stay and having engaged and gotten yourself into some commitment in this society, it was no longer necessary for you to move down to a different country like Germany or wherever it may be to go and live. But this, from my experience, is very difficult for some people. For some people, that desire and yearning never stop.
To leave.
It happens to be a kind of loop. They spend some years in Italy or maybe in another European country, and they continue to move again to a different country entirely. And this is not to criticize anyone, like I rightly said. The priority might be completely different. It might be the need continue to remain, because I do know some people that they have spent years, even more than 10 years in whatever, living in Italy. As soon as they have the Italian citizenship or whatsoever, for priorities that I may not get to know about in the rest, for reasons that we can be here to debate about, they move to a different country entirely. So what I'm saying is that it's not that it is a bad idea. Our needs are different. It might be part of even your destiny to move from Italy to a different country entirely. So don't get the wrong idea from our discussion. What we are saying is that the need of everyone could be different over time, and that is something I really want us to get even from this particular discussion that we've just had. With time, our needs change. So it is really the way it is. Thank you so very much, Obinna. I'm really grateful. Like I said earlier on our discussion, I prepared some questions that I wanted to ask in the rest, but the discussion continued to go in a direction which I believe is actually good for our viewers as well, because at the end of the day, the discussion is practically not for me, neither for Obinna. It is for those that are listening to us. It is a discussion that may meet a particular person at a point in their life that discussion of this nature might be very helpful to them, because as we speak, there might be someone trying to move away from Italy to a different country. But maybe if you increase your commitment to the things that you are doing, and you think about, just like Obinna said, to improve yourself, increase your value as a person, you might find out, like we say in Nigeria, waiting you they look for Sokoto, Ide or Shokoto. You understand? you will say the thing that you think is out there in another European country might just be right there at your doorstep here in Italy. Okay? But to each is on our own. So if you believe that you need to move to a different direction, a different country entirely, we wish you well as well. All right, Mr. Obinna. And how do you find life in Italy? You said you've been living here officially for more than 10 years now. How do you find life in Italy? I mean, comparing the Italian society to your home country.
Well, life in Italy has been challenging, but for me, I'm always up to the challenge.
Okay.
I'm a person that when I see challenges, I don't shy away from them. I face them, and I face them head on. And
You are ready?
Yes, I'm always ready for challenges. So life here for me has been challenging, and there's one thing I have learned in being in this country. One thing I've learned is that the more you are here, the more you live here, the more things become, easier for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I came into the country, life was hard. There was no job as at that time. Italy was going through this recession as at that time when we got here, so there were no jobs. But as time went on, things began to, unfold. Because when I came, I did not just okay because there's no job, I'll then fold my hands. No, I decided to, improve on myself. Number one, I decided to learn the Italian language. I learned, it was a challenge because coming from a country that speak English.
And besides, you got here already being an adult.
Exactly. So it was not really easy because I was struggling with Italian language, but I decided that I was going to learn it. And there were a few people that I saw that time when I got here that were from my country, but they were speaking Italian language, which gave me the impression that it can be achievable, you can learn
Absolutely.
it. If people that can learn, you went to school, you can learn it. So I faced that challenge and I was able to scale it. And I also, faced several other challenges that has to do with your renewal of your document and all those things, because you need to pay your taxes, as at that time for you to be able to renew. In fact, I had to, I told you I went to Germany several. In fact, I had to travel to Germany just for, to visit. And by the time I got there, I met someone that said, "Oh, can you do some work for us? Can you paint a house? Can you paint an apartment? I said, "Yes." I had no foreknowledge of how to paint. But because the challenge came and I needed money to pay my taxes back here in Italy, I took up the challenge and I painted and I was paid, and I came back and I paid my taxes so that my documents could be renewed. So these are the challenges, So life in Italy has been challenging, but the more you live and the more you are focused. Another thing that helped me was that even though things were not going the way I wanted them to go, I refused speaking wrongly about the country, because you don't succeed in a country that you speak ill of.
That's true.
Any country you are living, if you continue to speak ill of the country, even if the economy of the country is not good and everything, you continue to speak ill, even if the economy of the country is even far better than any other place, as long as your words are contrary to what you desire, things may not work out for you. So what I did was that I began to speak positive words. There was no job. I said, I'm going to work in this country. Along the line, the door came. I just began to speak positive things. I remember when I wanted to go to Germany, I was like, Italy, go Germany, Italy, no level, those statements. So, and things were not working. So one day I just came to myself and said, does it mean that these things that I'm saying might be the reason why I'm where I am? So I began to change that orientation, I changed that mentality. I began to speak good about the country.
And eventually things worked out.
Things started to unfold, things started to unfold. Any challenge I face, I have faced several challenges. Any challenge I face, I still speak positively. I said, this challenge is just, is nothing, just to train me to be more stronger. Because whatever does not kill a man only makes the man stronger.
Absolutely.
So that has been my motto. And before you know, the challenge will be gone. So life in Italy has been challenging, but what I know is that the more you make use of your words, because it is with the words that you create your life.
Your reality.
Yes. It is with your words that you create your reality. It is with your words that you shape your destiny. So that was one of the points that turned things around for me. As I began to speak positive things began to unfold, and it has been like that all the way, even up to now.
I don't know how to explain to anyone listening or watching us right now, but from the story of Obinna, I believe you and I can see there is power, or it is true, the power of positive thinking.
Exactly. Yeah.
It
Exactly.
could change a lot for us if only we could remain positive and speak positively about ourselves. I have heard a lot of people, even a lot of other leaders, make discussions concerning positive thinking. And I think a life testimony, or what we could describe as a real testimony about positive thinking, is what we have here today in the story of with the presence of Mr. Obinna. Thank you so very much for sharing this important